Well, we finally got it up and going, buddy.
Yeah.
Just gonna check this stream here, make sure everything looks good since it's episode 1, season 1.
Yeah.
This will be good, man. I think we're gonna pick up a lot of chicks doing this.
Oh yeah, man. It's gonna be fucking pulling them all in.
Yeah, I think it might work. Give me 1 second.
My audio should be going through. Should be. Let's check it, make sure it is.
Yeah, it is. So it looks like we're solid, buddy. We have a little echo here because I'm doing it, but at least I can view the chat. Solid. Let me turn this down. All right. So yeah, anyways, welcome to Flakey's Toilet Show. I'm Toilet, and the incredibly foxy digital lady over there, that's Flakey. Not a lady at all in real life.
Nah, I just have a really big Adam's apple.
Yeah, so I think Flakey and I both would like to give a little bit of a backstory to, why we're doing this and what our idea behind doing this is. And I would say, that we've been talking almost nightly for years now. About bullshit in the gaming industry, games that just suck. I mean, literally every aspect of it. And how long would you say it's been, Flakey?
I mean, ever since I met you, which was probably like, fuck, how long ago was that now? Like 3 years ago? Something like that.
Something like that.
And
sounds about right.
Every now and again when I find, strolling through YouTube and I'm like, oh my god, and then I call you and I just fucking vent on you on your car ride home.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, that's exactly how it works. Yeah, no, and it's been, pretty much non-stop, I'd say, for about those 3 years, maybe not every day, but damn close to it. And I'd say probably about a year ago, I started saying, like, dude, we should just do our own podcast. Like, fuck Joe Rogan or whatever his name is. And Seth Rogen, too. Seth Rogen, fuck you, because you're smoking all my weed. I need some weed over here, and I don't have it because you keep smoking it all. And, yeah, like, fuck all those guys, man. Like, I get it, they have podcasts, they're popular, they're almost famous, whatever, but just because someone's famous doesn't mean that their opinion is 100% valid. In my mind, I think a lot of people get paid to say a lot of shit. Donald Trump. And, I don't know. I just don't, I think,
Dude,
yeah, what's up?
I don't think Donald Trump's getting paid to say anything. I think that he takes speed and doesn't listen to anybody to tell him to say anything, and he just fucking
Dude,
watches CNN at night, and then he just sits on Twitter and just spits out the bullshit in his head. He's probably got a team of people standing around him going, no, why?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Fuck.
I think you're right. I think he doesn't listen to anybody, and that's why he's in so much fucking trouble. You know what I mean? He doesn't listen to anybody, and he just fires off like a 6-year-old or like a pissed off 8-year-old in GTA. Right. So, you know what, dude? I don't like the fact that our mouths aren't moving. It bothers me.
Even though it's totally like fucking like a dog peanut butter in their mouth, like it totally.
Yeah, but I just think it's a little more entertaining if our mouths were moving. That's what I think it would be. I think it would be more entertaining if we did that.
I guess, but would it still like? I mean.
Well, fuck it. Now's our shot to figure it out.
Both. Well, I'm just trying to think. If we did that, would the stream pick up both of our voices accurately? If In a
Let's figure it
party?
out. Let's figure it out. Live stream right now in front of America, millions of
Yep.
viewers. Let's figure it out. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna kick it off real quick. I'm gonna leave this party that we're in, and let's see what happens. All right. So we're back, and my mouth's moving. I can hear you. Let me go back to the stream here for a second.
Is my mouth moving? It doesn't. No, it's not.
Yeah, your mouth's moving.
Not on my screen.
Ah, but I can't hear you. I don't think I can hear you.
You can't hear me at all? Nothing? La 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 la. Oh, now my mouth moved. For a second.
Oh yeah, I can hear you, but you're really quiet. Turn up the sensitivity on your mic. Oh yeah, I can hear you, but you're really quiet. Turn up the sensitivity on your mic. Oh yeah, I can hear you, but you're really quiet. Turn up the sensitivity on your mic. What do you mean? You can go into settings. I can hear you, but you're really quiet. Turn up the sensitivity on your mic. What do you mean? You can go into settings. You know what I mean? On your PlayStation, you go into settings, go to microphone, and then you should be able to turn up your mic. You know what I mean? On your PlayStation, you go into settings, go to microphone.
Okay. Is that better? Yes, no? You must have gone to your menu.
No. I just muted it because you were talking and I wanted to be able to try to hear you. Hey, you're still really kind of quiet on the stream, man. I seem to be a lot louder than you are. I don't know why that is. So,
I don't know, man.
huh.
I mean, I've always kept mine, like, what is your mic level at?
I mean, my mic level's at fucking incredible. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see what my mic level's at, and so I'll be back if you entertain the intense public that we have watching.
Hope you guys are watching us fumble and
All right. Well, I'm back. Um, I couldn't really find much of anything. I couldn't find it in a quick enough time before panic set in, so I didn't find one at all really. So I was, you know, gonna come back here and be like, hey man, mine's good. You should find yours and turn yours up again.
you just go to, like I just held down my quick menu and went to, sound and devices.
Okay, I found it. All right.
Great at this?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right? Is everything good?
Now you got quieter.
Well, that's what I did. You wanted to get quiet to get to your level of quietness, so if someone was ever going to watch, they could adjust the volume so that we're both at least quiet and at the same level of quietness. That's what I was fucking doing. Is it fucking what do you want me to do? What else? What else can you want me to turn up yours? You want me to fucking get into your PlayStation and turn up your fucking mic? I can't turn up your fucking mic.
Meant to see what yours was at, so I could be like, oh, I just turn it up to there. And I never thought of it being quiet, because it was never quiet in a party, so I didn't think it was a problem. Mine was always just in the middle.
Oh yeah.
What was yours at before you changed it?
Mine was at the middle. But honestly, even now, even now going on the stream, you're actually very quiet, and I am at a reasonable level of volume. And in order to turn my volume all the way up, I hear like white noise as a background. So you can hear me talking right now. White noise as a background, like
Yeah,
a.
I can hear you, like, I can hear your voice coming off your laptop or whatever you're watching on.
Yeah.
But I don't hear myself at all.
No, you're actually very quiet. So if I were you, I would crank your mic up a reasonable amount so that we could
It
at
has
least
to have
stabilize this.
something to do with,
It's not a scientific equation, dude. Just turn up your fucking mic.
okay, there you go.
Hey, yeah, all right.
How's
That's
that?
that's pretty good. You're not actually that loud, man. Let me see this stream here.
As soon as I did that, just the white noise in my room made the mic level go red.
Dude, you're
Is that
still
better?
you're still quiet as fuck in the stream. It didn't even change anything in
Why?
the stream.
That
It
literally
didn't
makes zero sense.
yeah, it makes absolutely no sense at all. Nothing. No sense at all. No sense had.
That has to do with something with in the game chat
Right.
because
Yep.
that wasn't a problem in party chat.
No, it wasn't a
So
party. We'll go back to the party chat.
you're too up. Now it's probably way too high.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking loud.
Yeah. Hang on.
All right. Okay, so we've now discovered that our
That GTA game chat makes zero fucking
yeah,
sense.
yeah, you're way quieter.
Yeah, I just put it down in the middle now.
Makes zero fucking sense.
Yeah, but now I can
Oh
hear
yeah,
myself.
but I can hear you
And
now. So
fucking,
we're good. So we're good. Okay.
that's
So
ridiculous. What the fuck
that
is that
works. Yeah,
about?
it's fucked up. It's all right. It's just what
That's just
Rockstar and
what.
PlayStation
Yep.
does. Yeah, it's
That's
just
just the Rockstar team that
yeah.
likes to fuck you, man.
Yeah, I like to get fucked by Rockstar. I'm gonna buy a shark card. It's my birthday, Mommy. I want a $20 shark card so I can get half a Mach 2 oppressor. You know what? Yeah. So, anyways, so this pretty fucked up stream. You know, we're 13 minutes and 25 seconds into our stream today. Obviously the our YouTube channel is not monetized. We do not accept donations. We are not looking for friends. We do accept nudes of sisters, mothers, girlfriends, and wives. Did I forget
Especially
anything?
twins.
Ooh, twins, yeah. As long as they're all of legal age, which in the country we live in is 18. All right. So with that nice pause there, let's actually kind of just go back to kicking off our first season one, episode one, fucking thriller episode here of Flakey's Toilet Show. So yeah, we'll do the whole boss for the win thing where we just wasted 14 minutes and 15 seconds of your time of being dumbasses, but this is what we do. Uh, and yeah, so now at least you can hear both of us. Unfortunately, our characters' mouths don't move, and if you don't like that, well, I mean, fuck you. Um, so yeah, anyways, so we decided to do this. See, I've been talking about doing like a podcast or some kind of show like this for quite some time, and Flakey, you were kind of resistant to that. I don't know why. You just kind of like, yeah, whatever, man. Fuck you. I'm not gonna deal with it. It's
I
never
was
gonna
never really
happen.
resistant to it, but I just always uh I just always had brought up the fact that I didn't know if you would be able to do it because you have such a busy fucking schedule, man.
Oh yeah, man. But you know what? Like I don't care. You know, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out, and I am. So yeah, yeah, we
Yeah, clearly
decided
you did. I
to.
didn't know if you were gonna be able to do it today because it got to be 9:30 and I hadn't heard from you. I'm like, okay.
Oh, it's because I was being selfish. I was being selfish and keeping all my
Yeah,
shit to
yeah.
myself for tonight's show, man. You know, I want to keep you on edge. You know, yeah, of course, dude. I put it in my schedule. It's in my schedule. It's gonna happen. It's like another job. This is what I do now. This is my whole thing. I have a career in it. I'm actually already have an agent and he's scheduling gigs for me as we speak. You didn't do that all already? So I guess
No.
no. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to get my people with your people for that.
All
Um,
right, yeah. Get. I'll give you my mom's number.
yeah, you bet. Oh, that'll be fun. Oh man. Yeah, I'll have Tyler be my guy, my graphic arts designer. His name is Tyler. I always ask him to do dumb shit for me all the time. This is the dumbest shit.
Is that
Uh,
the guy that put all the typos into your website?
no, that was Liam. Uh, that was Liam. So if Liam ever sees this, you're my fall guy. Welcome to the club. Yeah, no, that was Liam. I asked him to do a lot of the descriptions and stuff for me. So he went through my website and was putting in all my descriptions for all the products that one of my websites has, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is the easiest job ever. I'm gonna pound this all out," and he did. He put in a lot of work. He did a lot of stuff. Uh, about 2 months later, I realized the quality of the work that was going in. So then I purchased Grammarly, the premium edition, and installed it on his computer. You know, that program is just phenomenal. But for some reason, Liam is so fucking awesome. He figured out how to make that app fuck up. Because it didn't fix a goddamn thing. Uh, I love the kid. I do. I love the kid. He's awesome. He really is. He loves
Oh God.
Fallout just as much as the average guy loves pussy. Like he's just all about it. His whole like home is just full of Fallout stuff. In fact, at one point, I found the little Fallout dude. What's the Fallout dude's name? The little blue guy with the yellow collar, and he's got the little laser pistol.
I think he's really
Just like the
the
mascot.
just the Fallout guy. I don't know.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
remember if he has an actual name. I mean,
Really? All right.
yeah, I
Well,
don't think he really
yeah.
has a name.
Oh. Well, yeah. So I had a statue of one of those little statue, nothing huge. It wasn't like made of marble. It was a little painted rubber statue, like keychain sized dude, just on my desk, chilling on my computer, looking at me.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's when I realized that Liam was moving in, and I was like, oh shit, we got to do something about this. And then let's see. Then on my desk I have a really nice Mac computer, multiple screens, that type of stuff. And I left and came back. And Liam sat at my desk for a day, one day. He sat at my desk. I came back and there were four, like coffee cup sized decals stuck to my computer. Um, yeah,
He just
he just
made it his own. Just
Yeah, he just showed up and then like 1986 Nash skateboarded the shit out of my $2,400 Mac desktop computer. That was pretty nice. It was pretty cool.
dude, what is wrong with my girl? Is she on coke? Do you see how she keeps changing her pose like every three
Yeah,
seconds?
yeah. My guy's doing it too right now. He's
Yeah.
he's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna stand here and hold my dick. He's in his dick holding pose. Um,
Are those doctor's gloves?
yes, they are. They are blue surgeon gloves. You never know. I have this germ fetish, and I have this issue with touching stuff. Sorry about that,
Ugh.
uh, but yeah. So I'd like to get into talking about some of the things that are going on right now. in the industry. So like today, it was a not necessarily a formal announcement, but like the whole under the table announcement as to what games are coming out next month for PlayStation Network. Um, so I know that one of them is Outcast 2. I want to get into that for a second. What was the other one, Flakey?
Uh, Neo for PlayStation Plus, you mean, right? For the
Oh
PlayStation
yeah,
Plus
what?
freebies.
Yeah, what did I say?
You just said PlayStation Network.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so for the PlayStation Plus, the free games next month are Neo, which I remember like Geo Neo, or was it Neo Geo, when I was a kid, and I'm quite a
Uh,
bit older than you are. Um,
yeah, that's a totally different thing.
okay. Well, I don't know.
That's
I'm.
totally different.
Oh, okay. Well,
Uh,
I don't even remember playing that game. I just remember it exists from back then. Um,
yeah.
but you know what really pisses me off is this month. You know what really grinds my gears? No. So this month it's fucking October. Tomorrow is Halloween, right? Um,
hmm
and we had The Last of Us this month, which is, I mean, I'm not even going to argue with you on this one. It's one of the best storytelling games, one of the best storylines. I mean, almost ever created, and I really I loved it since the day it came out, and I played through it multiple times. I know that you're a huge fan, Flaky. I know that
Oh
you're
yeah.
all about it. Um,
Dude, my like put it this way, I fucking loved that game. I've played it several times. That game was so well written and so well done. Um, like I've played it several times, but I play so many other games, uh, that I spend time on as well. But that was written so well and done so perfectly. My dad has played it more times than I have. And my dad literally plays two games, GTA and The Last of Us. And he's probably played The Last of Us more than he's played GTA. Like that's how good he's found things in there I haven't found because I play so many other things, but he's played that so many other times because it's so well done. Like, and he's definitely not.
well,
He's the type of guy that if he ever tried to play a first person game, he gets stuck in doorways.
that's awesome. I kind of have a habit of that too at times. I mean, it's not to the point of like you know 007 GoldenEye on Nintendo 64. Like when I was that young and I was trying to play that, I was that kid when you were playing like a 4v4 or whatever it is, like a four-person match. Where I was the guy that was stuck in the corner. It's odd job, like pointing up at the ceiling. That was me, you know. But yeah, so how old's your dad, man?
He's born in '73,
Oh, okay.
so
So yeah, he's like 9 years older than I am, 10 years older than I am. Okay, all
yeah,
right.
he's
So
like
he's almost 50.
45,
Yeah, he's like
40.
47.
He's over, yeah, 40, 46, 47.
Yeah, 46, 47. So yeah, he's about 10 years older than I am. Um, well, that's really cool, man. That's cool that your dad enjoys that stuff and plays that. But yeah, so what I was getting to is yeah. So this month, The Last of Us was one of the free games, dude. High five to Sony. That's I mean I know we're all paying more per month now, not a whole lot, but you pay $10 more a year if you buy your yearly subscription for PlayStation Plus, and their promise was is that they were going to come out with better games that were free. That is by far, in my opinion, the best game that I've ever received for free from Sony. Um,
Wait, they bump. When did they do that? They bumped the
that was like,
price of the
yeah, that was like 8 months
PlayStation
ago.
Plus?
Yeah, they bumped it up. It was
What?
like
I
eight
never
months
heard
ago.
about that.
Yeah, dude, that was a big thing. People were all
Oh
pissed off
fuck.
about it.
I must have, cause I uh had gotten like my next year. The last time I got like a year subscription is when they had like a discount on it, so I bought it then when it was like
Hmm.
half price. So I don't even know when mine is up yet. I think it's not even up till next year yet.
Yeah, I usually every Black Friday, I they usually have some kind of deal on
Yeah,
on
I think that's when I
PlayStation
got it,
Plus, and
probably.
yeah, you get like half off. So I usually buy like 3 years or so at once, just because I'm a fucking loser and I'm cheap. Um, but yeah, and I'm actually kind of lying because I all of a sudden had to pay a subscription last month out of nowhere, but it was an auto withdrawal, so it caught me off guard. But yeah, anyways, so back to the whole thing that is awesome. I'm really happy that they did the whole Last of Us thing. I'm not a sports game player, so the whole the big show,
No, yeah, didn't they have
it's like a 2018.
MLB?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I added it to my library. I did not download it. I will probably never
Yeah,
download it.
same,
But
same here.
we'll see how that goes. But what pisses me off and what I'm getting at here, what's grinding my gears is it's October, dude. It's Halloween tomorrow, man. And next month, you're going to make Outcast 2 be the game you give away? What? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that kind of,
Like, is
yeah, that
something different?
doesn't
Is something different in
really.
Japan? Did Sony of America just lose out on that one, and Japan folded that in for next month? You know? Um,
Yeah, it would have made a lot more sense to make MLB the one in November and
right.
have uh, Outlast. Is it? It's Outlast, isn't it?
Yeah. What did I say? Outcast? I meant
Yeah,
Outlast.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it would have been way more sense to have The Last of Us and Outlast 2 this month, and then have MLB and Neo, I guess, next month. Because I mean, what games are in Thanksgiving
yeah.
themed?
All right, what we could do? We could do, like Hello Kitty Island and Cookin' Mama. Uh, that's fucking Thanksgiving shit where the whole family gets together. Do some fucking Lego games. Something like
Or
that.
Turkey Hunter VR.
Yeah,
Isn't
Turkey
that a
Hunter
game?
VR. Yeah, there's actually a really cool VR game that's kind of like a Turkey Hunter game. It's called Dick Wild. That's a great name.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. I have to enjoy that, to be honest with you. But yeah, so there's that. It's that's something that right now that's a little wrong. I feel like they did us a little wrong. For the month of Halloween, they should have done something, or even like Friday the 13th. It's on sale right now. Of course, they're doing like sale games for any kind of horror game, but like Friday the 13th is a classic movie, multiple movies. And the game is like what, $10. They couldn't have
Yeah.
just
Well, I
swung
mean,
that one.
it was already a title that wasn't like a AAA release. So, full price I think wasn't it only like $40 when it came out.
Oh,
I'm
I
pretty
don't know.
sure.
I don't I didn't really
I'm
catch
pretty
that
sure
one.
that was one of them that like wasn't a AAA price tag on it anyways because um it's not exactly a really in-depth game. It's you know someone's Jason and there's just a couple guys. It's like the scare fright version of Overwatch, I guess, kind of. Well, not really. It's it's uh it's just all multiplayer and there's no like storyline or anything to go with it. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't really. You can't really justify putting a AAA price tag on something that is only how long, I
sure.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And then let's see, what's the topic going on in the world right now? I'm trying my hardest to steer clear of the whole vaping thing right now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I get you.
because
Did
it's
you
a
hear? Did you hear what Call of Duty is getting wrapped for on Modern Warfare?
no. So let's go into this. Is this something that we dabbled into yesterday? Is this what we were talking about?
No, not really.
No. Okay. Well, let's run with it. What do you got? What do you got for me?
Well, I heard. I don't know everything about this, but I caught this on um, I think Yang Yeah was the first video I caught on it.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with like, obviously there's gonna be it's Call of Duty. There's gonna be microtransactions. There's gonna be bullshit thrown in there. But and it has nothing to do with game mechanics or anything like that. Apparently, uh, in the storyline, there's a certain section where um, there's a mission that depicts like a real life event that happened, um, and I think they called it the highway to hell or something like that. Uh, Again, I'm a fucking idiot, so I could be totally butchering this, but essentially, there was a real life mission that they're depicting in the game that uh,
Wait,
Americans,
like they're referencing a real mission that our
y-
like United States
yeah, like
military
they're
did.
referencing a real event that had happened
Okay.
in the past, and apparently, like it what really happened was that the Americans had bombed like this highway that was an access route, and it actually ended up killing a lot of civilian pedestrians. But in Call of Duty, they said that the Russians did it, and that the Russians did this thing when in fact we did it. And there's a lot of people.
So
Uh,
and this was like media unfriendly. You're saying because like our United States like went in front of the media and then kind of under oath said like we didn't do that. That what happened? Who? What do you mean? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
well, like like I said, I'm not 100% sure in the details. Basically, this real thing that had happened in the past, that America had done this thing that ended up killing a lot of civilian people, um, and it's documented that we did this. But yet in the game they flip it around to do negative to do propaganda against Russia, in 2019. Like,
Hmm.
are you serious?
Wow.
Like,
How?
it comes off really, really fucking shady, man. Like, like you don't think that, with all the information out today that people wouldn't pick up on that and, point out the fact that you're basically trying to Russia bad, America good still. Like, and Call of
Yeah.
Duty's been doing that same,
Same thing.
kind of,
Yeah. Kind of
yeah,
very
since way
consistent.
back in the original Modern Warfare. Or
Huh.
Modern Warfare 2, I think it was, when you're like with the Russian mafia and you kill a bunch of people in an airport. That was, back when that game came out, there was extremely a lot of people had outrage against that because you're literally killing civilians in an airport with the Russian mob. Like it,
Okay.
didn't look great, but even back then that was might have been graphic, but like it wasn't turning something that we had done and that was not good, flipping that on its head and saying that Russia had done this thing.
Huh.
Like that. It just really comes off really dirty, man. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I guess in my perspective of it, yeah.
shit.
I mean, it's definitely kind of a crappy thing for something to be put out in front of the eye of. I don't know. I guess a majority of gamers right now are probably majority. I'm saying not. I'm not generalizing, but I would say majority of gamers are probably 40 years old and under for the most part. Um, and it's hard because gaming itself as a genre has really expanded, has really changed over the years, and it went from being, you know, Spyro, Mario Brothers, Sonic, Mario Kart. I mean, those things to now. I mean, we're really looking at games that try to replicate reality to the greatest degree possible. By really pushing the limits on the graphical increases and the abilities of the consoles and PCs that we have today. And what we're seeing with a lot of that is in that replication of reality, we're starting to see games that are more along the lines of like a documentary style game. And even as we said before, The Last of Us is kind of like that. To trying to loop it in. Although it's a great story and it is not based on reality, it's based on a spore in a fungus that is real and does affect insects and only insects, but that the spore is mutated and starts to affect humans, essentially.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I think that part of that story is one of the reasons why that it made it such a good relate like somewhat relatable uh, part of the story to put in there, because unlike a lot of others, like, zombie apocalypse stories, it's not like this, some biological chemical weapon that
mhm.
was like created in a lab, or like rabies or whatever. Like, it's not this like more ridiculous sounding thing. It's a very real thing that, cordyceps is a real fungus that, like you said, does affect smaller insects and like birds and things, but it it can't affect us yet.
Right. Um, yeah. No, I agree with you completely. Um, so in the retrospect of zombies and tomorrow being Halloween, um, I think everyone just likes the conversation of zombies. Um, I've always wished that in GTA, even like what we're sitting in, that they would do something cool where like Halloween would come and they would have like a sub session that you could choose to go into, like Undead Nightmare of sorts, because that existed, as we all know. But for GTA, where it's just a zombie horde, how fucking dope would that be with all of the crap that they have in this game now? I think it would just be ridiculously fun. It would probably be
Oh yeah, dude, it'd be
just the
nuts.
dumbest
I
shit.
mean,
Yeah, with all like the apocalypse vehicles and shit we have now. Ah, man,
yeah,
yeah, that would just be sick. Um,
yeah, that'd be fucking great. I
and
mean,
I'm kind of hoping that with everything, that all the possibilities that they're able to incorporate in these games, that we really start seeing stuff like that sooner more than later. And it'll come someday, but I kind of want it to happen tomorrow. Um, you
yeah,
know,
I feel you.
um, but yeah, I mean,
What do you?
what's up?
I was gonna say, what do you think's gonna happen with um? Didn't Rockstar put out a statement not that long ago that they're not gonna do any DLC for Red Dead? So what's gonna happen with Undead Nightmare 2 if they're not gonna put out any DLC
Um,
for storyline that falls under DLC? So
Yeah, I'm
uh,
actually man, you know this is why you're being a dick about it. But yeah, I actually follow Rockstar a lot. I'm all about Rockstar. I think that they just build the best shit. They take their time doing it. They don't kick anything out half-assed, and it's not all based on microtransactions, minus their last two productions. And it's saddening seeing all the microtransactions take effect on everything we fucking do in gaming, and pisses me
mhm.
right the fuck off. But the whole DLC thing, I think I don't think it's true. I think it's a farce. The reason I think it's a farce is, I take part in their quarterly reports. I hear direct from the mouths of babes, let's say, um, as to the things that they're looking at, and I've never heard them perfectly say like, nope, we're not doing any DLCs, we're not doing any story expansions, we're just focusing on whatever. I think that's really ridiculous, simply because Rockstar Games, which is essentially a sister company of Take Two. Take Two, obviously oversees Rockstar Games. and tries their best to probably have a say over the top of Dan and Sam Hauser, who seem to be kind of like rogue guys that are like, well, who are you? You're not allowed on the floor of your own building that my company essentially is on. So lick my ball sack type thing. Um, I don't think anyone's ever going to tell them what they can and can't do, and then they're also very unpredictable. And they're very, very secretive. They don't let things out. And if it does get out, I think personally, it's kind of staged like that, where they're like, oh, Flakey, he is a fucking loudmouth, and if we give him just this bit of information, we know it's going to get out just a little bit, and watch that erupt. And Dan and Sam Hauser, who are probably watching our stream right now, they are sitting in their all glass walled in office with a marble top desk and a cherry wood and desk, or chair or whatever, and they're like, yeah, we oversee everything, we plan everything. I mean, they're the mafia of the gaming industry, and it's scary to see that be a reality. And based on that reality, every quarter they're making over about 130 to 120 to 130 million dollars they're bringing in per quarter. By the way, a quarter is every 3 months. There's 4 quarters in a year, so we're talking $500 million a year as an average in a company that they launched a game about a year ago now, almost a year exactly, which would be Red Dead. But previous to that, they were still making almost $40 million a month on a game that at that time was 5 years old. I mean, we're just hitting 6 years old this last September. That's never been heard of. That's insane. And even still in this game, I mean, you and I right now, we're sitting here in the casino, and this was an update that came out, I don't know, a number of months ago, I suppose now. But it still brings people in on this game. There are still people who I work with that they're like, "Oh, Ben, yeah, you play GTA. I heard there was a casino update. I heard that last week." And it's just, not everybody's in tune with everything that's going on. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I heard it looks pretty cool." And then they hit up some YouTube videos and like, "Oh yeah, maybe I'll play with you, Ben, because I want that look really cool." You know, and the reality of it is, they're going to come out with in the last minute of whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like let's use the game Agent, that is supposedly coming out by Rockstar Games, back on the PlayStation 3. If you go to rockstargames.com, it's still listed as coming soon for the PlayStation 3. Even though they've rebuilt that website numerous times, they obviously update it every day with crap. They have literally a support team of God knows how many people working support tickets all the time. You mean to tell me that you think they just forgot that was there? It's huge. It's got its own page. And there's all these retrospects like, oh, the next game's going to be Bully 2. Oh, the next game's going to be this. Next game's going to be that. Oh, there's this leak on this. And the reality of it is, yeah, I would like to think they're working on GTA 6 because GTA 5 was a cash cow. But why would this still be there if it wasn't something that they were doing? Do you know what I mean? I just don't see them ever stopping. It's kind of like they feel it out. If they see a dip and it goes from $40 million a month down to $10 million a month, they're going to do something. They're going to come up with something, whether it takes 3 months or 6 months. They're going to come up with something to put back into a game, whether it's Red Dead, whether it's GTA 5, to get those numbers back up and bring those people back. And that's the way that the gamers play. Tell me if you think any different. Something new happens in a game, what do? Oh, well, that's fucking cool. I'm going to go check it out. You re-download the game. You go through, you play it, you think it's cool, you play it for a few weeks, you maybe put some money on your or make a few charges on your mommy's credit card for taking out the trash, get some microtransactions in your pocket, buy a new skin for your gun, maybe get a Mach 2 oppressor, and and then Rockstar's back at like their $40 million a month for a couple more months, It's all like ratings. It's all like ratings with your local your local news company. They're trying to watch who's watching, and with these guys, it's all dollars and cents. And this industry makes more than the movie industry, and we're looking at a Fast and Furious 9 for fuck's sake. Um,
Yeah, or what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that new one called?
the Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, Hobbs
Have,
and Shaw.
yeah,
What
have
is
you seen
that?
that? Have you seen that yet? I haven't seen it.
No, I saw some title fucking picture for it like on a like at the bottom of a YouTube video, like an ad for it or something.
Oh yeah, I know. One of our buddies, Shots. He saw it. He was supposed to be actually gaming with me, and he played it off to go see the Shobbs and Ha movie. And his excuse to me was, "It was really good."
Oh
Um,
yeah.
no, that's
Did they
what I said.
roll a car and shoot a grappling hook and pull it back or some shit?
I don't know.
Usually the
Yeah, probably.
dumbass.
That's probably
Uh,
in there. And you know what? It probably wasn't even a grappling hook. It was probably like an anchor from a boat, and the rock was holding on to the other end of the rope, and and connected to the anchor was like I don't know, like some kind of flying Lamborghini or some shit. And yeah, he had to hold it for like 15 seconds while Jason Statham climbed out of the car and grabbed on the. I could see that. That sounds about right.
yeah. I mean, you're probably right around. Probably not far off. I mean,
Yeah. And he's holding it with one hand, by the way. That was the way I saw it in my head. He was holding it with one hand while he's holding on to like the top of a skyscraper with the other, and he's like, nah, that whole time. Yeah. That's Fast and the Furious in a nutshell. There it is.
oh,
All right. So now that we've seen Hobbs and Shaw, man, um, and we literally fucked off the first 13 minutes of this whole stream, and I think we've had a total
hmm
of like 3 viewers so far. But 3 viewers is better than the no viewers we've had on these kind of debates in the past. Um, unless my wife's in the car. But I think overall, to touch on a handful of things that really pissed me off. By the way, I generated a community that is also linked to the live streams. It's a PlayStation community, so if anyone is on PlayStation, they want to join the community and tell us anything that they would like for us to bitch about, whine about, research, and discover. Um, any kind of topic, no limitations. Throw it up in the community. It's open to anyone, and let us know because we'll definitely look into it and find the stupid shit in it because that's pretty much what we do. That's about it. Um,
hmm You'll have to invite me on this account because you sent one to my other account, but not this one.
oh, I thought I did. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
no,
I
you
definitely will
sent one
do.
to the other one.
Yeah, I'll get that over to you. I'll have one of my people send it via email on Skype. Um, but yeah, so things that I really want to get into. So all these PlayStation 5 leaks. Um,
Yeah, like every
it was
fucking couple minutes.
yeah, it was really cool. Like the first time you sent me the first PlayStation 5 leak with the patent on it, I was in Chicago. It was actually a really memorable day. I had a lot of fun that day. I'm not going to get into that. But that was cool. I got excited. I didn't care that it looked like
hmm
something from 1984. I kind of thought that was cool. I
hmm
didn't care about anything. And like what I had said to you, Flakey, my favorite thing is it could be a big black dick with huge balls that I set my controller on to charge. It doesn't
hmm
matter what it looks like. I'm gonna get it, and I'm not only gonna
Yeah.
get it. I'm gonna get two of them. You know, um, and possibly a third one to give to as a gift to someone who doesn't even game, just so that they just have to have this big black dick in their house. Um, but overall, I guess looking at it all is we have this stupid argument still, and this argument just pisses me off. It's the PlayStation versus Xbox. This argument, it just pisses me off, man.
Yeah.
It just annoys me. Do I own an Xbox? No, I don't. Would I own an Xbox? Sure. Would I play on Xbox? Probably not. And the simple reason is
Hmm.
I don't know anybody on Xbox. Why would I play on it? I know everyone on
Yeah.
PlayStation. So that's just the simple science behind it for me. And I really don't play games that are by myself. It's very rare that I play a story game by myself unless I know it's good. At least all the way through. I pretty much buy every game and give it a shot, but my point of view is very skewed, as you know, Flakey. And yeah,
Well, really, I think that I mean, Sony is actually more single player story driven, uh, like um, exclusives than Xbox is. I mean, Xbox, most of theirs are more multiplayer driven, actually, if you think about it.
really.
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
generally. And I mean, uh, the fucking differences that are always brought up on the battle between the two. Um, I'll say that I think Xbox has um, still does and has had uh, a better network capabilities than PlayStation does. Um, and I know that like I've read up on the fact that like Xbox download speeds, like game download speeds, and they're basically just how um, it's just a lot more structured, I guess. Like it's not as flimsy as PlayStation can be. I don't know if you've noticed, but well, I know you've noticed because if you go and like do your speed test on PlayStation 4, it'll be 40 and then it'll be 140 download, like 100 megabytes per second. It makes zero sense.
hmm.
But Xboxes are apparently, I don't have an Xbox One to really compare, but from what I've read, they're much more stable on that matter than PlayStation is.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if that has anything to do with them being directly owned by Microsoft. I mean, I don't know why that would, but yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I mean that is one thing that I would say that I have that Xbox would have up on PlayStation, I guess, if you were trying to fucking compare and battle against them.
Yeah,
Um,
compare 'em back and forth.
yeah.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, what's just frustrating me is the back and forth. The all these people that are basing um, a percentage of these stats, these specs, the abilities. There's been no formal announcement, man. And I know
Yeah.
Xbox has announced a number of things of what they're doing with their console, but the one thing that I know they haven't mentioned at all is any games coming out with it. They've mentioned one, Halo, and
Mhm.
the images that they've released of it. I mean, it doesn't look like anything that I haven't already seen on the current gen consoles. Um,
Yeah, well, and that's what, so many Xbox, players have been complaining about for so long now, is that the fact that they don't have enough variety. It's Halo, Gears of War, and Forza. That's pretty much it
right, and
for their.
I know a couple guys on the streets, that they fucking love Forza. Like they literally own their Xboxes, and that's what they're gaming. Is Forza. They
No, yeah, because I mean, really, that is like the driving simulator game. I mean, if you want a game that's gonna give you absolutely the most in-depth control and most realistic aspects of, driving a car, that's where it's at. I mean, really, there's nothing else that really goes that far as to being, you know, like I said, a driving simulator. I mean, you can go all the way down to, I mean, you can change everything about your car in there. You can set the suspension, you can set, your gear limits. You can go down to every little fucking nitpicky little detail that any other, Need for Speed doesn't do anything like that. Fuck, look at the last Need for Speed Payback. It had a slot machine to upgrade your cars.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It did. It did. And honestly, that it pissed me off. Um,
Oh, it pissed everybody off that
yeah.
played that, man.
Yeah. And of course,
I
then it fed
mean,
into microtransactions. You
yeah,
know.
exactly.
And not only did you have to pay for microtransactions to get shit to work right for you, but you also had to buy a lot of the cars. Outright, which was fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, they did that. Yeah, that
it's
kind of, yeah.
yeah,
It
it
was
just
like a
pisses me
whole list of
off
cars that you
that
had to buy. There's no way to earn them.
right, yeah, it just pisses me off that a fucking $60 game by itself, right? A $60 game, you got to spend $5 here for this, $5 here for that, $5 here for this. Oh, you want to buy some microtransactions? Well, they start at 19.99. And of course,
Hmm.
a lot of these online purchasers are, they're adding tax now, depending on your state. If Sony, in my scenario, if Sony is in my state, I'm tax exempt from them. But if I'm in any of the other 49 states, um, I have to pay a tax. So, it's just fucking ridiculous the amount of money that you either have to dump into a game just to be able to fucking compete if it's a fighting game is ridiculous. Or
Yeah,
or you see a single car like, oh hey, you know what, my grandfather drove a series of different Trans Ams growing up, a series of them. That's awesome. But guess what? Since they released this Trans Am on Need for Speed Payback, I got to pay $4.99 for the fucking thing just to be like, oh, it's cool. I can be like my own grandfather who had this Trans Am. It's just stupid the amount of money that you have to dump into a game to just enjoy it and play it when you're paying $60 out the gate for it if it's a headlining game. And at the same time, for me personally, battle royale games that you see these kids across the fucking world begging their mom and dad for, or let's change it. Let's not even look at kids, adults, between 18 and 105 years old, dumping in, money from their paychecks uh, into something like Fortnite, which doesn't really do anything for you other than change the color of shit and give you a different shape to swing at people. It's
yeah,
just fucking ridiculous.
yeah. Things
And
like that don't even, having the microtransactions that give you a leg up is egregious enough. But when, like you're saying, when it's something in that sort of game model where people, you can say all the time, oh, it's just cosmetic, you don't have to buy it. Well, that's the point, is that people are going to buy this shit. If you are invested enough in a game that you play all the time, and those games are so popular because they're so easy to get into. They're so, they are
well, there's
tailored
there's no
for the
yeah there's no story mode. They're tailored for immediate gratification. They're tailored
yeah,
for I
yep,
want to jump and get in the action and I want to win this chicken dinner. I'm gonna win this time. And guess what? Since you haven't spent an additional $40 on bullshit, it's impossible for you to win it because you have YouTube streamers that are endorsed by whoever produced it. Let's just say Epic as an example, because Epic is fucking epic. That they're endorsing and giving them these special things, making their characters look fucking phenomenal, making these children and these middle-aged adults wanting to be this exact same way. So they go and dye their hair blue to be like cutie fuck and the rest of the world, and then they go and dump their paychecks when they're making $300 a week. They're dumping $40, $50 of their own paycheck in there every fucking week to try to keep up to what they think is the coolest, and it's fucking ridiculous. And in my own personal opinion of it, it's ruining the game industry. It's ruining the game industry as a whole. Not only is it ruining it as in like the whole idea of video games overtaking the movie industry and a new way for people to explore into the world instead of out into or out onto the world. Within their own homes, explore galaxies and things that are just non-existent. Instead, we're all hopping on a bus and we're all parachuting out and we're all gonna live for 7 minutes and then we're gonna die and then we're gonna do it again and we're gonna do it again and we're gonna do it again. And it's just so stupid that they make these games make so much money out of it, and literally the content of these games is it's crap. It's so
Hmm.
much crap, dude. There's so little effort put into it, and the payout for them is so big. They're printing money. It's like the casinos all over again in the 1940s and 50s. You know,
Yeah. Well, that's why
uh,
you see nearly every, you know, it started with, you could debate on, what game really started the battle royale, but what made it big was Fortnite. I mean, there
mm,
were other games before that well, I guess PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds was really the big one. That was,
mm,
I mean, it
yeah,
was really only
PUBG.
on PC for the longest time.
Mm,
And then Fortnite came out before it got ported, and Fortnite is absolutely, it's the biggest game on fucking Twitch still right now, and it's
mm,
been going on for a couple years now. Uh, and it's literally like, wasn't that created to be like a tower defense game? And the battle royale was literally just like this side thing, like, oh, here, this free thing you can just jump in and shoot people.
right.
And then it just absolutely took off like a storm, and they pretty much abandoned the tower defense thing. I don't even think they finished it, did they? I
No, I,
mean,
I actually own it.
maybe they did.
Yeah, I actually that's probably one of my largest regrets in life, and I've done a lot of fucked up shit, and I've done a lot of things that I regret in life. My largest all-time regret in life was actually paying money to Epic Games at the launch of Fortnite to have founders access to the story mode. Uh,
Hmm.
and I'll be honest with you, I tried. I tried to play it. I thought, you know what, this looks like a kiddie game. I'm embarrassed that I'm even playing a game that looks like a kiddie game. And then I really liked it. I really enjoyed the story mode. I thought, okay, hey, this is great. This has a story. It looks kind of neat. My perception started to change to it, and I tried to dabble into the whole battle royale thing, but it just didn't have enough substance to me. I don't give a shit about shooting people and being the winner. I'm always a winner to my mother. That's the only person in the world that I'm always going to be a winner to. My father, I'm always a loser to. So it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm winning and losing. I don't need to get a chicken dinner and then change my gaming profile to say champion on it. And I'm sure as hell not going to spend $50 out of every one of my paychecks so that when I do get a win and it says champion on the screen, I can take a picture of my character looking like I came out of a clown's ass. Um,
Hmm.
it just doesn't make any sense to me at all. And I would way rather spend $60 on a game that has even 22 hours of playable content, um, and get my 22 hours out of that $60, and I would be content. I would be happy that I had the opportunity to explore that story. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I
you know,
mean, like you're saying with a game like that, free, uh, free publicity for this game. I recently, bought The Outer Worlds that just came out last weekend, and I've been playing it. Literally, I hopped on GTA today just to do this. I have not played any other game since I got it. I absolutely love it. And that was a game that literally, like I told you before, and anybody that is Fallout fan already knows that Obsidian got pushed away from when they made New Vegas. They didn't get the rewards they should have gotten for that, and then they took the long way of waiting to come out with this game that I think they nailed it. I mean, and the way they released it, there is no microtransactions for that game. There's not a one. There's no deluxe edition for that game. There's no gold edition for that game. It was the game. You buy the game, and there's it's said to be a 40-hour campaign. That's campaign. I'm doing everything in the game, and I'm on like the second planet, and there's like 8.
Wow.
I mean, there's some, looking at that, like the absolute level of detail and love put into that game that is absolutely way more outstanding than anything that's ever put into any battle royale game. I mean, you can't compare them.
Right. No, that's awesome. I love to hear that. I haven't purchased that game and I haven't experienced that game at all. It does look neat to me. It's definitely an intriguing game, and the fact that you do speak highly of it, and you're saying it has 40 hours of gameplay and a campaign. That speaks the heart of gaming to me. That's a real game, man, and that's
Hmm.
where I feel as though your money is going to be best spent as a player, in today's date and time. Um, I think what is happening with all of these free games, most of these free games, as we've said, are they make their base on microtransactions. So anytime I see that a game is just free out the gate, oh, download this game, it's free. I'm turned away from it right away. It's just
Yeah.
it's just not for me. I want content. I want a story. I want to spend money. Yeah. So for anyone who's in any kind of production team, or any kind of game developer, there are people out there like me that want to spend money on games with content. Um, and I'm not talking about like Ubisoft. They've made some good games, but I still feel like there's a lot of shit that's just being pushed out as quick as it can so that they can make this subpar amount of money. And
Hmm.
that's again why, dude. I'll tell you, God honest fucking truth. Like I would literally tattoo Rockstar's logo on my body. I am so proud of those guys over there. I literally would, man, because it literally, give me a trash game that they've launched out in absolutely no time with minimal effort, besides tabletop tennis by Rockstar, and that game still did amazing and still has a huge cult following. Do you know what I mean? Like they've constantly stretching the limits on it, and even family members of mine, have fallen into the suit of Rockstar Games, and have are now seeing and experiencing what I've been saying for years. Like, if a Rockstar comes out with a game, I'm gonna pre-order it before it's even out. Before even if someone just says, "Hey, Rockstar's coming with a new game, you can pre-order it," I already know I'm buying it. You don't even need to tell me what the name of
Hmm.
it is, because I know that I don't care if it gets pushed back 6 months, one time, two times, three times. I don't care. I don't care if there's a premium edition, a platinum edition, a gold edition, and a hey you're fucking poor edition. I don't give a fuck. Like I know that it's going to be a quality game and it's going to take up a portion of my life and I'm going to get an experience out of it that I'm going to enjoy. Um, and so that I do swear by them. Have I bought a lot of other games? You bet. Ubisoft, I have a lot of things I would love to say to Ubisoft. Far Cry 5 was fucking hilarious, right? I mean, we played that together.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was great.
probably one of the funniest games I think I've almost ever played in my life. Made me laugh so much, and it didn't even. I would say 85% of me laughing had nothing to do with the story mode of the game. It was that the game was so fucked up that shit would just randomly happen. It was fucking hilarious, you know. Um, to me, it was still a good game. I'll still play it. It's a good game because it has a story mode, it has a campaign, it has all the abilities to, encapsulate you into the land of whatever the name of the place is, in the whole Joseph whatever seed. Uh, you
Um,
know,
uh,
uh,
I'm blanking on
yeah, something Gate, Heaven's Gate,
it.
something like that. Uh,
Eden's Gate, but
Eden's
that
Gate.
wasn't
Yeah, that
that
wasn't the
wasn't the name of
land.
the town. It was
Yeah.
something like Fall Hope, like Hope Fall or
Oh, Fall's
something like
End.
that.
Fall's
Fall's
End.
End, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah. But the thing behind it is the game still it wasn't finished. There was still a hell of a lot
Oh
more
yeah.
time needed to be put into that game to make it be completed. And I mean it doesn't stop there. They're like, oh hey, instead of making a DLC or an expansion to that game after the nukes go off and 17 years later, let's just release another game, a whole nother game. It has everything to
Yeah.
do with this other game, even the same map, just everything's overgrown, and let's just release that as a game,
Hmm.
so that
Yeah,
people can
and
just buy that game and not even play the first game and even understand what the fuck even happened. They don't even know. You got to
hmm
Google search it and read a whole bunch to even understand what the fuck is going on, and again,
yeah.
still. That was exactly the same. It was like I was playing the exact same game with the same dumb shit, and it just pissed me off. You know
But
the
what they did, but what they, what they, it's like like I feel uh, like they tried to make it take, like, tried to stretch the game out more by adding cheap RPG elements in a game that really doesn't need it, and having like a hit point leveled system where no other Far Cry has ever had anything like that, and it doesn't make any sense for that type of game to have that system. It doesn't
well, and I
make
think they took
sense.
that from Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 had that same kind of setup, and it worked okay in that because you had these other mechanics, these other physics, these other little toys that you got to go and do and hack shit with and do whatever. And I think that that's where that essentially came from. But I agree with you completely. I think that our dude in that game just didn't need that whole system, and I agree. I don't think it made any sense because there's no training, there's no how's your guy getting better? You're running around in the woods trying not to get eaten by bears that are also being attacked by flaming mooses that when they touch each other they tumble on the ground as fast as they can and launch themselves into the sky, 2-3 miles. Um, like that's yeah, I'm right there with you, and for me it doesn't stop there. Like Watch Dogs, honestly, let's talk about Watch Dogs for a second. That game is so frustrating to me. um, I I got the game. I liked it. It was cool. I liked the idea. I'm like, all right, cool. I can hack shit. It's like a fake wannabe GTA with the idea of being able to hack stuff. Let's add some tech to it, right? Um, the physics on the cars are fucking shot, man. The physics, they're blowing, and that's like
Oh yeah.
the number one thing I expect from Ubisoft is their vehicles to suck balls, and then on top of that, that the physics for that vehicle make no fucking sense whatsoever.
Yeah, literally none.
Thank God they made it so that in Far Cry the car can drive itself. You click a fucking button and it drives itself. Because I'll tell you, that game is
Uh,
so fucked. The physics are so
Dude,
screwed,
have you
man.
looked at Breakpoint's physics? My
I
God.
No, I haven't. And like this,
My God.
yeah, and it all comes down to whoever those people are. First of all, fuck you, and second of all, get a new job. Uh, because like, what are you doing? Like, whoever's the director, or the president, or the head of that department. Like, what are you doing, man? You sitting at a desk playing video games all day? Because you sure aren't playing any good ones. You sure aren't directing your people correctly. You sure aren't playing. Hey, you made this car, great. Let's see how it goes. Oh, well, guess what? It doesn't go. This thing's gliding sideways. Oh, this is cool. This is good. Let's run with that. The wheels aren't even moving at the same speed as the vehicle. Nothing is even relative.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
No one will notice. We'll make the game first person. You know, like fuck you, man. Like and that's again, and that's in part why we're sitting in GTA right now. Here's another Rockstar game. Here's another plug for Rockstar. Put the check in the mail, Dan Hauser. Um,
Yep.
you
Just put
know,
that dick right back in your mouth, Ben.
yeah, I will. I will gladly on that one. You know, yeah. There's all these YouTube videos out there about physics in GTA and how they're fucked up. Yeah, sure, it's not perfect. You bet. Is it better than
Terrible.
everything else out there? Pretty
You bet,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. So like,
I mean,
yeah. So like, yeah. Sure, the physics are jacked up. This world isn't real. Are they as jacked up as anything made by Ubisoft? Fuck no. Um,
yeah, definitely not.
yeah, no. And well, let's just talk about Days Gone. Here's a good topic. Days Gone. You know, uh, I will literally give anyone who gets on Days Gone for the first time, and let's say they bought the limited edition where you got the crossbow early, right? If you hit
Hmm.
anything with your first shot with that fucking crossbow, I will send you $10. Right? Because the hit marker isn't even lined up with where you're shooting. It's like purposefully set offset so that you miss everything. And then on top of it, your guy has like a mixture of Tourette's, cerebral palsy, and a bunch of other shit because he can't hold the thing straight for a second. Um, yeah,
Yeah, there was so many things about that game that absolutely, uh, I vented off to you about that game. I mean, I thought it was this. Basically, it's not even just that crossbow. I mean, I didn't have too much. Honestly, I think the crossbow was the one I used the most because if you ever let anything like go to shit, like when you're having, you know, zombies running at you or um, enemy like other factions like guys trying to shoot at you and people are running around, you might as well just give up because you're not going to be able to get a solid shot on them unless they're standing perfectly still and you stand there perfectly still and you take about 30 seconds to aim at their fucking face.
right.
And maybe get, fucking shoot at them for how long before a couple of them actually get them. I mean, the shooting mechanics in that game are absolutely horrible.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. No,
it's horrible.
you're spot on. And you know what? And I know we're nitpicking on games, but in the reality of it is, that's the crap that is being dished out right now. That's the crap that these companies are
Hmm.
trying to make as fast as they can. Working guys and gals for 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Paying them a $40,000 salary. And saying we need it yesterday, we need it yesterday, we need it yesterday, we need it yesterday. Um, and they're firing these games out in 6 months. They're firing these games out in 1 year, and then they're building DLCs in 3 to 5 weeks, 6 weeks, which again a lot of these DLCs that are coming out for this shit are garbage too. It's here's a new weapon, here's a new character with the same abilities or close to the same abilities as someone else, but it's a little better, or it's a complete fucking landslide. Oh, we're going to release
Yeah.
this new character, and this new character is just fucking unstoppable. And then, of course, every fucking YouTuber on the planet starts using that, making that person the coolest thing ever. And then people who have their characters they've worked on to build up through the grind. I'm not even going to get into the grind on this episode of Flakey's Toilet, but it's just like there's so many frustrating things, and I wish they could do things differently, but unfortunately, video games have become part of that corporate America, and it has infected the fucking world, and it's not only saddening, but it is depressing.
Yeah, and I mean, and what like how you were saying before with like yeah, I will absolutely agree with you that Rockstar is by far um one of, if not, you know, the a game developer that puts out, you know, the most detailed games to date, like the most, you know, well refined and tuned games that anyone is putting out now. I mean, look at this. GTA came out, you know, going on 6 years ago, and there's still millions and millions and millions of players every day.
right.
I mean, it's ridiculous when you look at that. You know, uh, but I will say that you can't deny that Rockstar is becoming they do put out these absolutely well fine-tuned games, but then they put them into that same live service model where it is making a game to keep people on it all the
Mhm.
time, and that's
Mhm.
what they're doing with uh, Red Dead Online. Where I mean, GTA, you could say, yeah, there is like a grind on GTA to make money, but the the absolutely ridiculous level that they put in on Red Dead Online is unfathomable to me. I stopped playing it because you spend 20 minutes to move a carriage and make $5, and it costs you $500 to buy a rifle. I mean, are you kidding me?
Right. Yep.
Like,
Yeah, and
it's
it's saddening to see that. It was very disheartening. I mean, there were so many articles and public cryouts and so many comments in Rockstar Social Club, strictly about that. I've even seen memes about cans of beans when it comes to Red Dead. You know,
yeah.
um, where the price of a can of beans in that game is more expensive than it is right now at your local grocery store,
Mhm.
and we're talking 140 years ago. Um, and
Yeah.
if that was the case, I think if anyone could go back in time, if anybody watching the stream has the ability to go back in time, your best bet would be to fill 4 or 5 wheelbarrows with cans of beans. Don't even buy the good ones. Don't buy any bushes because nobody's gonna know. And go back in time with that, and your family will still be rich in today's time, and you'll be long gone. You'll be the Rockefellers of Beantown, um, and that whole aspect of it. But yeah, it is saddening, and to say it really in a nutshell, exactly what we're seeing is we're seeing the recipe for building games and making games for the mobile industry starting to happen for consoles and PCs, where
Yep.
where the only difference is they're taking advantage of the graphical interfaces of their own engines or very popular engines and adding in all of these mobile game features. Um, and even the game we're sitting in right now, which is Grand Theft Auto Online, there's constant pop-ups. They even give you a fucking cell phone in the game. You get constant phone calls. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. Hey, money doesn't grow on trees. All that shit. We get it all the time, nonstop. And for you and me in this game, it's slightly different. Obviously we've been playing this game a long time, so we've kind of dabbled in all of it and played all of it. And the whole point of this game is money. You're playing for money. Um,
Mhm.
when you get into Red Dead Online, the whole point of that is money, but then again, you're making gold bars. And the whole purpose of that gold bars, the reason why there's this subsequent currency is because of the fault of the modders and the money glitches in GTA 5. That's Rockstar's way around it. When I bring up
Yep.
fucking Uno mobile app on my phone and play Uno, I can now do microtransactions on Uno strictly to do whatever the fuck I want. So I can play more because it costs me a certain amount of coins to play a hand, and it's like Uno turned into poker. Like I grew up playing Uno up north at our cabin in the middle of fucking nowhere, and never once was my dad ever look at me in the face and say, "All right, you need a 10 spot to get in this hand. Where's your money, bitch?" My dad never did that to me. I'm going to do that to my kids now because, I mean, you got to pay to play or get the fuck off the table.
Yeah.
But it's just ridiculous how thirsty the fucking the whole gaming industry is. And I like to compare the gaming industry to movies. I've done that a few times in this already. If we're going to compare the gaming industry to movies, a movie comes out and it makes millions and millions of dollars, right? It doesn't make billions of dollars. Maybe a big headlining Marvel fucking Iron Vagina Planet dude. Those big ones that come out, they travel the entire world. Sure, I can understand those make billions of dollars, right? Well, guess what? So do video games. Video games do. And when I go to
Mhm.
the movie theater and now it costs me like $20 to go to a fucking movie, right? And I haven't gone in 7 years because I'm a dad. I live at home. I got a nice setup here at home. I paid a bunch of money for. I got 4K. I got VR. I got all that. So I spent all that money here so I can enjoy it here. I don't have to go somewhere else and eat their fucking popcorn and pay them $20 to put my fat ass in one of their chairs. You know. But the thing behind
I
it
don't know,
here,
those recliners are pretty nice, man.
I've never even sat in one. I have one
They-
here.
I uh I took a girl to one of them like last year. It's
Gee, right.
pretty
Everyone in
dope.
the stream knows you're lying now, buddy. You didn't take no girl, nothing. No. No, man, but I mean that's exactly it. Like you spend $20, you get an hour and a half. You get to eat some popcorn, you get some butter on your fingers, and especially if you bring a girl, you might hopefully get some butter on your fingers. Um, but you spend three times that amount, $60, and you play a game for 5 years, and you get 5 years worth out of it. And I'm
Mhm.
speaking from the experience with me in the game that we're in now. I pre-ordered Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation 3. I played the story mode through, and the day that online launched, I got on, and I've been playing online ever since. It's practically taken over a majority of my life for a series of years. I was addicted to this game. It was all I did. I slept it. I dreamt it. I fucked it. It was everything in my life.
Yeah, you're
And
definitely far more invested in this than I
yeah,
am.
yeah, it was everything in my life. Is it now? No. Do I still play it? Yes. Do I enjoy playing it? I do. Are there things about this game that have pushed me away? You bet. Tryhards fucking suck. They're pissing me off. You know, Mach 2 oppressors fucking suck. Pissing me off. And what does it make me
Mhm.
do? It makes me act like a fucking tryhard. It makes me get on my Mach 2 oppressor and fucking kill a bunch of people because I'm pissed off that this other tryhard got on his Mach 2 oppressor and killed a bunch of people. And then we have this vicious cycle. And instead of now me getting on and gaming on this game for 6, 8 hours of crack and blowing a whole weekend on it, I get on it. Hour and a half later, I'm like, okay, had my fun. I'm
Yeah.
out. And it's sad. Even with Red Dead, it's the same thing. The tryhards have poured into Red Dead, and they're trying just as hard. And Rockstar's trying to prevent that by removing people from the map unless you're in a close proximity of them. And I think that actually
Right.
solves something. For some weird reason, the science behind that actually worked. Um, but
Yeah, it did, it definitely put a huge made a huge impact on that, like, people chasing people down, because you can't just pull up your map and be like, oh, there's dude way over there, and then you just chase him down, and then you can always find him. Like,
Right.
you can always just go to that dude. You
Right.
can't you can't get away. Like, but now what they did, it definitely made a huge impact on that mentality of never being able to get away. And I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's a logical thing to um, you know not be able to see everybody in the map. It makes you feel like it makes it more spontaneous when you run into other players in a match, when you're in a public game.
Right.
Because you can't see everybody just scattered across the map, and then when you do see somebody, it's like, oh, and then I felt like when it did that, it felt a lot more, um, like a lot more civil to anyone that I've encountered since they've done that. And I like I said, I really don't play Red Dead all that much, but when I do is usually when I hop on with anyone from the crew that hops onto it. But when I see a public random person, it's almost like, oh hey, what's up? And we like wave, and then just kind of like chill for a minute. And it's like, oh, there's another person. Like, it's not just instant player kill dead.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. And that's the thing.
you
Even
know,
in even in this now, when someone that we game with is say selling some of the product that they've spent hours or days even trying to accumulate, um, we do it as a group, and anyone who's in our path or anyone that comes towards us, we just kill, we just destroy right away.
yeah,
We don't even look
yeah,
back, and we don't even care about it because the game is
yeah.
so toxic, it's ridiculous. And I'm going to dive into another topic that just straight puts me on a rant. Is this is an 18 plus game. Some countries it's a 17 plus game. You know, uh, yeah, I understand. There's a lot of rogue teenagers out there that play games, and I do play with a few rogue teenagers to the best of the ability that I have to put up and entertain stupidity. But the fucking 8-year-olds, the 10-year-olds, the 7-year-olds, the 6-year-olds that are playing this game, if a game comes out and it's an 18 plus game, they need to give me the ability to report people for not being of age. I'm an adult. I talk like a sailor. Listen to this whole fucking stream. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. All right, I'm
Mhm.
not PG. I mean, if you're 15 years old, I've probably already insulted you. There are things, and I guess the easiest way to say it is if you're a parent and you're hearing me right now, I'm going to talk to your children this way because this is how I respect everyone. I treat them the same as I want to be treated. I want you to be able to express yourself. A 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, the only thing that they are going to express to me is that I'm gay, I'm sucking dicks, they're having sex with my mom, that's all they come on here to rant, and then they pause and make sure their mom and dad didn't hear them say that. This game is not
Yeah.
built for them. This is not the atmosphere for children. Give me the ability
No.
to notify PlayStation. Give me the ability in your game when you're making it, developers, to notify you this person on this account is a minor and doesn't belong. Otherwise, I mean, and the reality of it is there are boobs in this game. Since there are boobs in this game, kids, little boys, they want to see boobs. Boobs are amazing. Guess what? I've seen a lot of boobs. Boobs are boobs. They're
Yep.
they're they're fun when you're an adult. You bounce them like basketballs. You slap yourself in the face with them. Yeah, boobs are boobs. They're great. They're fun when you're an adult. When you're a kid, there's no business in doing it. And if you're buying your kid this game, you're handing your kid pornography. That is illegal. You are a fucking pervert. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know. And
Yep.
maybe parents don't know, but guess what? Your job as a parent is to research everything about your children. My son, he's 3. He started watching this fucking guy, Blippy. I fucking hate Blippy. If Blippy ever sees this stream, Blippy, I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you. I swear to God.
Who the hell is Blippy?
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. So who's this Blippy guy? So what does the mother of my children do? So she goes and she Google searches this Blippy dude. Do you know what Blippy's first video on YouTube was? It was
What?
Blippy shitting on his friend's ass. That's what Blippy did. He shit on his friend's ass. That was his first
What?
video he ever made on YouTube. Yeah, that's it. That's what he did. He shit
Is this
on
an
his friend's ass.
animated thing?
No, this is real. This is a real guy. He's a fucking whack job, right? And now he does kids videos where he goes and he's like, the ball is red, the ball is red. Hey guys, look at this ball, look at this fire truck. Oh, you know. And he does, and I'll give it to him. He's doing an actual kids thing. You know, it's legit. He he fucked up. He made a video in the beginning on his YouTube channel of him shitting on his buddy. Okay, I don't know why that was cool. He was probably hoping it would be an overnight sensation, and it wasn't. But him dressing up with a fucking spinny cap, some suspenders, you know, and some brightly colored Chuck Taylors, and him pretending that he's 6 and playing in a ball pit. You know, it hits it with 3-year-olds everywhere. Good thing they don't have fucking wallets. And yeah, now he makes $22,000 a day on his YouTube channel. $22,000 a day because 3-year-olds everywhere are watching it because their parents are like, oh hey, here's a kid show, here's YouTube, just set it on the 107 video playlist, and then they walk out of the room, so their kids are hypnotized by this guy who shits on his friends, you know. And I'm fault at that. That's what I do. And the reason I do it is because my kid sucks. You know, he's a good kid. He makes me laugh a whole lot. But kids are kids. They have an attention span of 4 seconds. They forget that they asked you the same question 47 times in a row every other second. So they ask you another 47 times in a row and think it's still the first time, expecting something different to come out of your mouth other than, oh my God, please stop. You know? But yeah, I mean, and I don't even know where I'm going with it. I'm so pissed off at this Blippy guy. I'm all caught up in it. But yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, not to cut us short here, Flakey, but you know we plan on doing an hour-long stream. We're at about almost an hour and 40 minutes.
Cut us short. Yeah,
right. Yeah,
we've went way over.
Right. Yeah. But I know you and I have shit to do.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Of course. Of course it was. I didn't think it was going to go 40 minutes over, but yeah. Well, this was our first show, episode 1, season 1 of the all-time fuck show, Flakey's Toilet Show, and yeah, I appreciate everyone who did not come and watch our stream. Fuck you. And hopefully you never come and join us again. Anyone who did stop in and thought it was great, yeah, go ahead and subscribe. We're not monetized. We're not looking for anything. We don't give a shit. We just want to bitch about stuff. So we'll
you know, don't forget to hit that like button and join our Patreon. And
smash that like button like it's Jenna Jameson. Right, yeah, no, yeah, totally, man. So, Fleeky, I appreciate you doing this with me, and of course, we have another show again tomorrow, even though it's Halloween. So, hopefully, we can have some fun with that, and we're gonna try to get it set up so that I can get a few, like, kind of guest people for a few shows a week, and we'll keep this running, and hopefully, we have more than the grand total of like 6 people that came and saw us tonight. But other than that, man, yeah, thank you, and you guys all have a great night.
Yep. See you later, guys.